Welcome to this epic Armageddon battle report. The game is 3000 points between Feral Orks and Space Marines. The lists are NetEA lists and they are available from NetEA website. The link will be put below. First, let's look at the Feral Orks. The Feral Ork army has 8 formations, as can be seen from the list. Then let's look at the army. First, we have Junka truck brigade with 2 extra knobs. Then we have big Boarboyz horde and huge Boarboyz horde. Next we have big warband with 2 Orkeosaurs and the warlord is in there. Then we have one normal warband with 3 catapults. Then we have a normal warband with 3 Squiggoths and a second normal warband with 3 Squiggatapults. And finally we have 2 steam Gargants as big steam Gargant mob. Then Space Marines. There is 10 formations as can be seen from the list. Then let's look at the army itself. First we have Land Rider detachment. Then we have Terminator detachment with chaplain. Then we have Land Speeder detachment. Then we have Tactical detachment for Supreme Commander. Then we have Devastator detachment with 2 Dreadnoughts and in Thunderhawks. Then we have 2 Thunderbolts and a Whirlwind detachment. And then we have 2 independent Warhounds. And that's it for the Marines. Next, let's look at the deployment. The Orks garrisoned Katapult mobs in Overwatch, and Marines garrisoned Land Speeders, but not in Overwatch. On the left side of the Orks we have Junka Brigade, then Steam Gargant in front and big Boarboyz horde behind them. Then after Katapult mobs is the huge Boarboyz horde, which is in open. And after that comes Squiggoths, which are partially hidden by the trees, and the Orkeosaurs is on far right. For Marines, the Warhounds are holding the left flank, then come Land Raiders in open and Whirlwinds behind a hill. The Tacticals are behind the buildings in the right flank. Then the game itself. The turn 1 initiative is won by Marines and they start with Whirlwinds, sustaining fire at Katapult mob in front, but do only 1 blast marker. Then Ferals reply with Boarboyz, the big Boarboyz, which double ahead, moving forwards around in front of the objective. The Marines respond by Warhound 1, which advances and targets the Boarboyz, killing 1 unit. Next it's the huge Boarboyz and they double ahead as well, trying to move closer to the enemy and spreading out a bit. Then it's the Marines and they use Thunderbolts, which require Supreme Commander to attack the Junka Brigade. And Junka Brigade lost 1 truck and 1 stand of Orks. Then Squiggoths double, they move next to Boarboyz, and that proves to be a mistake since the Land Riders moving ahead manage to target them and drop 2 of the Squiggoths, causing the formation to break and run back. The Steam Gargants then try to avenge their fallen Orks, and they move and fire at Land Raiders but only do 1 blast marker. Then the Land Speeders double, moving swiftly next to the broken Squiggoth formation and wipes it out. This causes the Orkeosaurs to engage and the big mob jumps out in order to join in on the fun. The result of this is pretty obvious, as we can see here. 1 unit lost from Orks and all speeders wiped out. Then second Warhound moves out and it targets the Steam Gargants but failed to do much damage. Then the big Junka mob moves next, and they move ahead and do fire on the Warhound, but do only 1 damage. This causes Thunderhawk to make a ground attack, dropping its Devastators, and the Orks countercharge towards them, trying to get as much as possible into the combat, and casualties go for the Orks, and the Marines lose the combat, losing Thunderhawk. Finally, the last action is Marine Tacticals, and they double, moving one of the Hunter to give 1 blast marker to the Orks, but they realize that the Orkeosaurs auto-rally, so it would be pointless, and put it back instead as well. And then the overview at the end of the turn. We can see that the Orks are steadily pushing out, while Marines are counter-attacking on the left flank and in the center. Either side have taken much damage. All formations managed to rally, and Thunderbolts took 1 blast marker while exiting the board. Then let's see the overview close-ups, and as we can see, in the left, the Marines are moving forwards with the Warhounds and tanks, while Orks are pushing ahead as well. On right flank, the Marines are not moving forwards, and Tactical are holding back, while the Orks are trying to push through from there. And that's it for the turn 1. So on to turn 2. The Space Marines win initiative and start with sustained fire from the Whirlwinds, which do large damage to the truck group, and they lose both of their nubs and break. Then the Warhound moves ahead and kills a couple of the Boarboyz. Then it's the Feral Orks and Steam Gargant sustains, targeting the Land Raiders and destroying 1 of them. Then it's Warhound 1 from Marines and it advances, going to the hill and destroys most of the Boarboyz there, causing them to break and move back. Then the huge Boarboyz double on the other flank, and they take up positions around the objective and the buildings, and they try to be close enough for assaulting either the Tacticals or the Whirlwinds defending the Blitz. Then Marines have Devastators and they double, managing to go far enough that they can fire at the broken truck brigade, and they manage to kill some of the units there. Then one of the Katapult mobs from Feral Orks decides that they waited long enough in the back, and they move ahead and target the Land Riders, but only the Katapults have range, so they don't really do much to the Land Raiders. Then Marines and Tactical, and they double, moving to help secure the Blitz, and they also fire at the Boarboyz, killing 1 unit. Then it's the Orkeosauruses from Ferals, and they march, trying to get as close to the enemy as possible, and trying to avoid too many moves within the forest, as these things, for some strange reason, lack Walker. So from Marines then, it's the Thunderbolts, and they make ground attack, targeting the final Boarboyz on the left flank of the Orks and destroying them. And last, it's the Land Raiders, which advance and take pot shots at the steam Gargants. And then a couple of still shots, so here is the tactical versus huge Boarboyz. And then we have the overall situation of the game at this point. So on right Orc flank, they moving forwards, but on left Orc flank, the Marines are pushing in. And this is what it looks like. So one of the Katapult mobs is still holding the blitz, while the Junka Brigade on the left is broken. Then there is some Marines and Terminators waiting to be teleported, and the two Warhounds which are on the hill and next to it, advancing without any damage. And on this side we can see that the Orkeosaurs and the huge Warboy mob are pushing towards the blitz, which is defended by tacticals and Whirlwinds. And that's it for the turn 2. Then to turn 3, and Terminators Teleport on the blitz, preparing to attack the Katapult mob. The first activation, however, is Whirlwinds, which sustain fire, targeting the Boarboyz and killing a couple of them. Then the Terminators retain and engage the Katapult mob. There we go. And then one Terminator is lost, but they win the combat, and only the 3 Katapults survive, and they move the other ruin broken. Then the Boarboyz get to engage, and they swamp the Whirlwinds around them. And while they do manage to kill them, they also lose several of their own units, partly due to support from the tacticals. There we go. And retaining these Team Gargants engage the Terminators, and in here the whole thing goes badly wrong for the Feral Orks, as one of the Gargants is destroyed by critical and other takes 1 damage or 2, so Ferals lost that battle and Terminators alive. And from Marines then the Warhound activates and targets the trucks, killing a couple of units from there. Then Katapult 2 formation sustain fires, and that was forgotten to save. And then, and then the Marines break the Boarboyz, which then move out, making a circle to prevent other Marines to move to the blitz. Then it's the Orkeosaurs, and they double, targeting the Marines and the tacticals, and the Orks jump out and fire all that they can at the tacticals. And all the vehicles are destroyed by the fire. And that's basically then the game, because Ferals don't really have anything at this point left, and Marines do have blitz and they can hold. The Land Riders could activate still, but it's really, and the second Warhound could activate, but it still doesn't really affect the game as the Orks cannot win at this point anymore. So there's the game, and if you have any comments, please post them below, and like if you like, and everything else. The music is from Kevin MacLeod at incompetentech.com, and there's the list of software that I used. Thanks for watching, and bye.